All right, hey y'all. I'm going to go over these pair of passage questions to see maybe what you have gotten wrong, maybe what you got right. But I'm going to break them down for you so you can kind of understand and see where you are. If you got them right, why you got them right, and if you got them wrong, what you need to do in order to get them right next time on the test. Okay, so it says read these quotations. Helping others to see. He is also keeping an eye on the staff, insisting on their impeccability in service, guiding his superbly honed institution of compassion with a glance, a word, a silent presence, a smile. And then from a ball to roll around, I find it easier to live with myself if I try to be honest. Which of these statements best expresses the difference in tone between the quotations? Okay, so we're looking for the difference in tone. Okay, so I would highlight that for me. Okay, because I know that I'm looking for differences in tone, so they're not going to be the same. So automatically I know off the bat if I have some answers where both of the tones are the same, then I know that that answer is going to be wrong, right? So I'm looking for difference in tone between the two quotations. And we know that tone is what the author's feelings or attitude toward the text, right? The author's feelings or attitude toward the text. All right, so it says here A, the first quotation is sincere, while the second is arrogant. Okay, so sincere. Does that mean, does this right here mean that he's sincere? Not really getting a sincere. Well, yes, I could say it could be kind of like a sincere vibe here. It's an institution of compassion with a glance, a word, a silent presence, a smile. Okay, so he's caring about what he's doing. So I see that sincere would work for helping others to see. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that part in green. Now this is the second is arrogant. Now I find it easier to live with myself when if I try to be honest. Now I don't think that that is arrogant. So I'm assuming we all know what arrogant means. Yeah, right? So arrogant means that you think of yourself more highly than you ought to. You just think of you feel like you're super important and you're kind of stuck up a little bit, just very stuck up, right? Um, and so I don't get that from this, right? He says he's talking about being honest. So we can go ahead and highlight this red because it doesn't work, right? So basically, since these are two different tones, but this tone does not match a ball to roll around. So I know I can go ahead and get rid of A. Okay, so I know A is not going to be my answer. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that red. The first quotation is grave, while the second is passionate. So grave just means serious. I don't necessarily get that as serious, but serious kind of like somber, serious or somber. Like I don't get that from that. That's not what I'm getting. It's more of like an open vibe from this quotation. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that one red, but I'm gonna double check this last part too. While the second is passionate. So passionate just means to show strong feelings or show strong emotion, and I'm not getting that either from this. So I want to say that both of these are no goes for the tone. So since they are both no goes, this one cannot be my answer. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of B as well. All right, so it says the first quotation is observational, while the second is introspective. So observational just means to watch. If you observe someone, you're watching them. So I would say that, okay, this is observation. This is observation. He's keeping an eye on the staff, insisting on their impeccability in service. So I would say, yeah, okay, he is looking at them. So I would say, yes, this one it would work. While the second is introspective. So introspective means to examine your own self, right? Your own motives, to look at the inside of yourself. Intro is on the inside, right? And so I would say, if he says, I find it easier to live with myself if I try to be honest. Honesty is a condition of a person's character. So that is introspective. So I can go ahead and make this one green as well. Yay, I might have my answer, but I'm not sure. But I have to go to the second one, to the last question and the last answer choice and see if that one works, because we're looking for the statement that best expresses. So when we see something that says best expresses, we know that it could possibly be more than one answer for that question. So we have to choose the one that's going to be the best, right? So the first quotation is playful, while the second is mocking. Okay, so we know what playful means, and this is not what is going on here. He's keeping an eye on the staff. It's not very playful. It says, I find it easier to live with myself if I try to be honest. The second is mocking. He's not mocking. He's being honest, right, about himself. So this one also does not work, and then neither does this one. So that only leaves me with C as my answer choice. Leaves me with C as my answer choice. So that is how you get the answer to number 1. Remember, when you have questions like these, you have to have a tone that goes with both of the quotations or both of the passage. Even if only one matches, it's not enough. You have to have both. Okay? All right, 2. What can the reader conclude from the last paragraph of each selection? So one author has been affected by events in the selection more than the other. Both authors plan to make significant changes in their lives. One author regrets not having made a more sincere effort to be successful, or both authors have had meaningful experiences. So let's go and take a look at the last paragraphs of each selection, and we can come and get to our answer. All right, so it says, perhaps a man without his sight is blinded less by the importance of material things than other men are. All I know is that a belief in the higher existence of a nobility for a man to strive for has been an inspiration that has helped me more than anything else to hold my life together. Okay. Now that one was from A Ball to Roll Around. Now I'm going to go to Helping Others to See. From my experience with Dr. V and the Aravind family, I have deepened my understanding of a basic tenet of the Siva Foundation, that one need not forgo doing for being or being for doing. In Madurai, I found myself immersed in a demonstration of the successful integration of these two aspects of life. Actions involving the best skills and technology balanced with caring hearts, rooted in a sweet spiritual presence that is embracing of all fellow souls. It is a great teaching. Okay, so looking at those questions, looking at the end of those paragraphs, what can I conclude? So what conclusion can I come to based off of the last paragraphs of each selection? One author has been affected by events in the selection more than the other. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no to that one, because I can see just from what they said, that both of them have been affected, right? The guy who went to volunteer at the foundation, he was majorly affected, right? He learned about the tenets and all of those things. So I would say he was definitely affected. And then the older man that was blind, like, he was also affected as well. So I can say, no, this is not the correct answer. All right, both authors plan to make significant changes in their lives. Seems like both authors have already made significant changes in their lives. So I don't have any evidence to support that they're going to make significant changes, because they already have. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of B as well. One author regrets not having made a more sincere effort to be successful. I didn't see anything about regret in either of those um, in either of those last paragraphs. It was more of um, a happiness or a sense of appreciation that they both developed as a result of their experiences. So I know I can get rid of H as well, which would only really leave me with J. So I hope that that's the correct answer. Oh, and it is. It says both authors have had meaningful experiences, and they have, right? So I could say that number two would be J, and that would be my correct answer. Number 3, what is one difference between the author's treatment of their subjects? While the author of Helping Others to See focuses on Dr. V's interest in serving others, the author of A Ball to Roll Around focuses on his personal growth. Okay, that's pretty true. So I'm going to hold on to A, right? But I'm not sure, because A Ball to Roll Around does focus on his personal growth. Then Helping Others to See does focus on Dr. V's interest in serving the people in his country. All right, B, while the author of Helping Others to See suggests that Dr. V thinks blindness is instructive, the author of A Ball to Roll Around suggests blindness limited his options in life. Okay, so B says, while the author of Helping Others to See suggests that Dr. V thinks blindness is instructive, the author of A Ball to Roll Around suggests blindness limited his options in life. So instructive just means to be useful or informative. And we know that we don't think that Dr. V thinks blindness is useful or informative, which is why he's going out of his way to cure it. And then just from that, I can go ahead and get rid of B. But A Ball to Roll Around does not suggest that blindness limited his options in life. And in fact, I feel like he appreciated his life more because he was blind. So I can go ahead and get rid of B. While the author of Helping Others to See details the way that Dr. V was trained to do his work, the author of A Ball to Roll Around suggests that his path in life was fairly random. What is one difference between the author's treatment of their subjects? Okay, so I'm going to hold on to C. Okay, because it does detail the way that it actually doesn't detail the way that Dr. V was trained to do his work. So I'm going to say that part was A Ball to Roll Around suggests that his path in life was fairly random. It does have some truth to it. So I can go ahead and select green on that part, but this part is wrong. So I'm going to hold on to this one, and I also have held on to A, and I'm moving on to D. While the author of Helping Others to See provides details about the people who inspired Dr. V, the author of A Ball to Roll Around indicates that he has not been inspired by anyone. Okay, so here we have indicates that he has not been inspired by anyone. We know that the author of A Ball to Roll Around has been inspired by people, by his friends, the people that he's coming into contact with. So we know that this one, D, is wrong. So that leaves us with C and A. The author of A Ball to Roll Around suggested his path in life was fairly random, or while the author of Helping Others to See focuses on Dr. V's interest in serving others, the author of A Ball Around focuses on his personal growth. This is one difference between the author's treatment of their subjects, right? So I would say that out of the two, the better answer, of course, since this one is not true, is going to be A. So A is going to be our correct answer. All right, last but not least, read these quotations. These quotations are similar in that they both discuss what? After the presentation, all three generations hang out together and discuss the way they can put into practice the values brought forth in the presentation. In A Ball to Roll Around, at Philadelphia's Overbrook School for the Blind, I invented a successful variation of baseball. We called it ground ball. So the quotations are similar in that they both discuss a sudden change in thinking. It's not a sudden change in thinking. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of F for that one, especially for this one. Doesn't suggest a sudden change in thinking. G, the value adults place on the contribution of children, where this one G would apply to helping others to see, but not for a ball to roll around. So I'm going to get rid of that one as well. An activity that depends on group participation. So, okay, this is good. This is a group, all three generations, they hang out together. I invented a successful variation of baseball. This is in order for you to play baseball, you need more people. So I'm going to hold on to H, or is it H? J, why people enjoy being together. Are they discussing why they enjoy people enjoy being together, or is more so an activity that depends on group participation? And I'm going to go with H. H is the correct answer. In order to play baseball, you must have a group in order for you to discuss things and hang out together with three generations, and everybody has to participate. So that is going to be our best answer choice. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that one green and this one red, and that is it. So hopefully, if you guys use the strategies and tips that we have gone over before, you got those answers correct. All right, bye-bye. Hope that helped.